Hi, welcome back to another episode of SU Student Loan Speaks. I am Destre Capers, and I will be your host for this next podcast. Today we have another set of college access team members with us today from CHE. So hopefully you've watched the episode with Dr. Garrett Hampton that came out, and now you're going to get a little bit more detail about the college access team and some of the initiatives that they have. So we're going to start off by letting the ladies introduce themselves. Kathy, I'll start with you.
Thank you so much, Destre. We're excited to be here.
I know you are.
I'm Kathy Rollins. I am from the South Carolina Commission on Higher Education. We work with the Student Affairs Division and the College Access Teams. I'm the program manager for the College Access Team.
Okay, awesome.
And my name is Alantis Seckal, and I am a College Access Program Coordinator, and I, too, work on the College Access team.
Okay, so that means you all work together.
Yes.
Very closely.
Closely.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I think we have the right people in the room to have this conversation about college access. Okay, so I want to talk about some of the initiatives you all have going on because they all stem from you all and things that we want to see happen within the state of South Carolina, always keeping families and students at the center of what we're doing when we talk about college access.
Absolutely.
So when you all are developing access programs and things like that for students, you all think statewide, correct?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I want to start off with some warm, ooey gooey, like, think of a time when, so tell me one moment or one story where you have seen the work that you all do make an impact for a student. Now I'll open it up to either one of you all to answer that question.
So I'll start off first. I think the one time that I can remember is I went to a high school, and it was a small cohort of a senior class, and it was for the CAM event, the College Application Month event. And it was here in the Midlands, and a lot of the students really weren't paying attention when I was speaking, and for when the other college admissions reps were speaking as well. And so I had to be a little hard on them and say, hey, do you guys want to pay attention to this? Are you guys interested in going to college? And they kind of perked up their ears.
Okay.
And there were a few students still speaking. So I said, hey, do you guys really want to go to college? And they stopped speaking. And I gave them a little bit of my story, which Alantis and I are both first-generation college students, college graduates. And I gave them my little spiel about my experience personally. And then I left the event because we always continuing to go to different events, even on one day. And I left the event, and I saw one of the college admissions reps at another event on that same day, and they said, wow, your experience, your story is really good, and it really helped those students. And I said, well, how do you know that? And they said, because every single student completed a college application today.
Wow.
So I was super excited about that. And I think that part about our positions definitely make a difference, and we can see that. We can feel that, and we can know that we're making a difference by them actually putting in the little bit of work, because a lot of times the colleges give us fee waivers.
Yes.
And so they can apply for college for free during our CAM events, and so I think that's super important.
That's
for the
such a beautiful story and an impactful one. I think to be able to get that feedback, it gives you that little push to say, okay, we are making an impact, where you were at a school where maybe students weren't even considering college, and now that they saw themselves in your story and they're like, oh, well, this is possible. So thank you for sharing that with the students and with us today.
It is pretty rewarding personally and also professionally.
Yeah, awesome. Anything you want to add to that, Alantis?
So we have virtual college open houses, and we have different institutions in South Carolina who give a spiel about their programs and college in itself. So we have this one student, she's a junior actually. She has attended every single one that we've had, and that just makes me feel so great that it's impacted other students who didn't even think, well, in her area, like as a junior, you're already thinking about college. They wait till the last minute at senior year to want to, oh, now it's time to start applying for colleges and thinking about what college I want to go to or what program I want to. But and her asking, when's the next one?
I think that's something that I learned about this year, is that you all have virtual, what did you call them again?
Virtual college open houses.
Virtual college open houses. I learned about that this year through my son's school. So can one of you all talk a little bit more about like where parents and students would find that information to register for those events?
So we send them out to all of the counselors on our counselor listserv, or we have them on our website.
Okay. Perfect. Because I'm just thinking even for like the smaller charter schools or homeschool students who may not be able to travel around the state to hear what colleges have to offer, those virtual open houses would be so pivotal for them to make an informed decision.
Absolutely. And just to give you a little backdrop about those virtual college open houses, Alantis had the idea because before our time at the CHE, they did have those virtual college open houses during COVID. Of course, everything was virtual.
Yes.
And Alantis had a great idea to bring them back. And she said, hey, because everybody now in our society has gone to like this kind of virtual platform within our age group, and then also just our society have become very virtual. And so we started out doing these a little bit in the fall, and now we've decided to bring them back for the spring, and we're going to actually make this an every fall and every spring event for these sessions. And so we'll have a fall session and a spring session, and they're 45 minutes. They start at 5 o'clock on the day of whatever day the colleges select, and then we just have a brief overview of the school, and then they also give their information for the admissions reps and how to get in touch with them. And then we also have a question and answer forum at the end. And so able to get a lot of the information that they wouldn't be able to get just by calling. They get to see visuals and things like that. And so I think that's important.
That's amazing, and that's great. And I know that that's going to be pivotal, bringing that resource back. As I mentioned, some families just can't physically get to where they want to visit, and or they only have a limited amount of funding to get to where they want to go. So this gives them another option. Even if your parent isn't available, students can join virtually and get that information to help them make their decisions, which is so important. And also for those, we highlight South Carolina schools, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
Absolutely. They
Perfect.
All
Perfect.
South Carolina institutions.
So Kathy, you mentioned CAM, College Application Month. So give us a little bit of information about College Application Month. I think it's one of those things that a lot of students probably don't hear about until their junior or senior year. And they're like, what is this? And why are we here? And how do we prepare for it? And so can you give us a little bit of information about CAM?
Yes. So we have over 300 and I think 20 something high schools in the state of South Carolina. Now that includes all charter, private, Montessori's, any kind of special schoolings, homeschools as well. But CAM is an event, College Application Month is an event that runs from August through about the beginning of November. And we have over 250 high schools participate in these events. And every year we're gaining more traction on the schools that didn't participate the year before. And so those are set up through the high school counselors along with us. And then what we do is we logistically put together the college admissions reps and the high school counselors. So the high school counselors fill out the day that they want to have their event, and then we let the college counselors, college admissions reps sign up for the events that they want to attend.
Got it.
And so every year we have different things surrounding those events, meaning like we give like some refresher trainings to the high school counselors, some refresher trainings to the college reps. And then that gives the opportunity for every student to hopefully be involved in a college application month event. And so the reps come to the high schools and they help complete all of the applications, so not just their own. So if you have
that's key.
One institution that's there, they will help with all of the college applications that the student would like to complete. And then last year, we had the most and the longest fee waiver list. And so almost every institution in South Carolina participated in the CAM event for the fee waivers. And so for those times, August through November, those applications were free.
Okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Do you remember how many colleges? Just a round number.
I think it was 30. Something.
Yes, it was around that.
30
Around
something,
30.
and we have about 55 colleges within the state of South Carolina. So well over half.
Yes, well over half.
And it's a great opportunity, as you mentioned, for that fee waiver for college applications. If you're trying to select your top, your reach and then like, okay, I know I'm gonna get into this school. It gives you flexibility to be able to plan financially for that.
Yes.
And then also have the support from admissions representatives who will be reviewing the applications.
Yes, right.
It's like a no-brainer. Like students and schools should be participating in this event.
Absolutely.
And it's free to participate?
It is free to
Okay.
participate for all the schools. And then the other thing about that is that's step one, right?
Okay.
And so we have different processes that we work on within College Access, but that is, we just want to solidify that is step one
Yes.
for the college application process.
Yes.
So.
Well, you got to apply if you want to go,
That's right.
You got to
That's
let them know that
That's
you're interested in attending their school. So that's amazing. And I'm assuming that whatever y'all are doing, it's working because you all are having more schools participate each and every year.
We are.
Okay.
We are.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So I'm really excited about that. I've participated in College Application Month from this position here at South Carolina Student Loan, as well as when I worked at Midlands Tech. So I know how instrumental it is for students to have access to individuals who work in higher education to be able to ask those questions.
Super important, I would say, also for first gens, for underrepresented, underprivileged populations that didn't think that they had an opportunity to go to college. So now that kind of like just opens the door for them to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So I think that is one of the most important things.
We're trying to kick that door open.
Yeah, we're trying to kick it open. Kick it down.
Yes, that's what CHE's College Access Department is doing. Kicking doors open so that you all have options and access to pursue your dreams.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Through higher education. Okay, so we've talked about College Application Month. That was kind of the first piece to it. Now I want to talk about, well, how do we pay for it?
Yes.
So you all have another initiative, College Goal SC. And so Alantis, I would love for you to tell us a little bit more about College Goal SC.
So College Goal South Carolina is a program where we have different events statewide where high school counselors and the students and their families get together and complete their FAFSA. And then we have financial aid professionals, just like how in CAN we had the college representatives.
Yes.
We have the financial aid professionals to help make sure it's accurately and efficiently completed.
Yes.
So there's no hold up in getting the FAFSA completed.
Yeah.
That way they can get the most money
Yeah.
before the FAFSA closes.
Okay, so this is so good because you start with the applications. We're saving some money with some fee waivers there. And now we're going to talk about paying for college through College Goal SC, through the FAFSA. And so we talk about the FAFSA a lot on our podcast. And so there's been a lot of changes with the FAFSA. So over the past couple of years, having those financial aid administrators there to help families navigate this process, I'm sure has been instrumental.
Yes.
So you all are like super connected. That's what I'm hearing.
We have our hands everywhere.
Exactly. And I do want to mention too that we have some webinars that we call the FAFSA trainings. And so we do incorporate some of the financial aid experts throughout the state of South Carolina at the different institutions that will give these webinars. They're about 45 minutes long. Through you can register for those through our website, SC Can Go through CHE. But one thing I do want to mention, Destre, is we have a superstar here.
We do,
at
behind
South
the
Carolina
scenes.
Student Loans, a behind-the-scenes superstar that anytime that we ask him to participate in doing these, in which in my opinion, he is one of the best experts in South Carolina for FAFSA. Your very own Jonathan Rhodes. He's an incredibly talented and also knowledgeable FAFSA expert that helps us within our initiatives to help people understand and clarify issues on the FAFSA. So that's for high school counselors or anybody in the state can actually join that.
Okay, so not just high school counselors, so a parent can join or a student could join. They would just need to go and register on the SC Can Go website.
Yep. And also ask questions. I think that's the most important thing, right? Because sometimes people can navigate through that FAFSA application, but I think specific questions, a lot. As a matter of fact, I called him the other night when we were at a College Goal event. So, Jonathan, can you help me? And also I want to mention here that College Goal, we are rebranding. Just the name alone.
Okay.
If you want to discuss that.
We are naming it FAFSA First.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. We like a little alliteration over here.
Yes, because nobody knows what college goal is, and they think it's a little bit more of the college application. Like, no, we want to do the FAFSA with you. So we're going to do the FAFSA first before we go, well, not to put you on the side, but before we go get a student loan.
No, but that's what we say. You should complete your FAFSA first, and your student loan should be the very last thing to fill in the gap between all of the other money that you've received and what you need to actually cover the rest of your bill. So you're absolutely correct. That didn't hurt our feelings over here. That did not hurt our feelings over here. So what are some things, I would assume that you hear some feedback from maybe some families as y'all are attending, or school counselors, or even the financial aid administrators. Like, what are some things that you're hearing from our families that we're serving? Like, ooh, this is a struggle, but I came here and they were able to help.
I think recently we went to a college goal FAFSA first event, and they didn't understand like the IRS part where it was pulling the information in, and they figured out it was a lot easier. They actually didn't need the paperwork in hand. So that has been a big benefit for us this year.
Yes.
I love that for us.
I love that for us. I love that for our students, and it's working. So that's even better, right? And so I think that's one of the myths. You have to like have all this paperwork when you come, and you know, back in the day you did, and way back in the day it was a piece of paper that you completed. But everything is online now. It talks to the IRS, it pulls it in, and so you're right. That's one of the myths that we oftentimes hear from families, like, oh, I thought I had to bring all this information. They're like, I'm done? That's all I had to do?
Right.
I could have did that at home. But just having those professionals with them, walking through it, making sure that they're answering things correctly to hopefully remove some errors and make the processing seamless from the Department of Education or from the school's perspective, I think removes barriers for our students.
Absolutely.
Which helps them gain access to funding.
I think one of the biggest myths that, especially first gens. So if their parents had gone to college, or if they've been, prepared to go to college, but for somebody who's not prepared to go to college, I don't think that they really understand that they really need their parents to complete their half of the application as well. And so I think that is a big, huge hurdle to get past sometimes, because if they're first gen, their parents are usually working very hard to just get them through school, through high school.
Right.
And so I think that is a big caveat that people don't understand, especially those individuals that have never completed a FAFSA, is they do need that parent or guardian also to join in and complete their part of the FAFSA. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I get to go out to some events sometimes, and I have actually had parents show up and the student didn't show up. So that's also, I wouldn't necessarily say be a barrier, but some miscommunication of who all needs to be present, who initiates the FAFSA. It starts from the student and the parent gets invited in. So I think the workshops, the webinars that you all do is a great precursor for our school counselors and our parents to understand what they need when they come to a FAFSA First event.
Absolutely.
So you all are thinking holistically. I love it. I'm not surprised, though. I'm not surprised at all. So we've talked about the type of support that they receive. So they have, how many events did you all say you have kind of across the state?
For the FAFSA?
Yes.
So this year. We have
another milestone?
Another huge milestone.
Typically, it's not that much for FAFSA first. Like the college goal events, nobody wants to do the second part. But this year, we've had over 100, I believe.
Events so far?
Yes.
Which was about around a 33% increase from what we had last year.
That's significant.
So Alantis has worked quite hard into making sure that those events are happening.
I love that. We're going to celebrate our wins, right? Growth in both areas.
Absolutely. And also, just to say, for the great state of South Carolina, what we're doing in the entire state, last year, based upon in-can data, we were number 11 in the nation.
For FAFSA completion?
For FAFSA completion. I think
Okay.
that is a super important statistic to recognize here, because we beat out states that actually have a FAFSA mandate. And so every year we're just trying to increase that. I don't know how high we can get on this. At some point, I think we're going to plateau, but we're going to keep it moving.
I love that. I love that. So new initiatives that help students understand like the importance of completing it. And I know for myself as a first-gen student, I completed it my first year, but I didn't complete it that second year. I didn't realize it was something you had to complete every
year.
single year. So I know whenever I have the opportunity to present, I always share that. You have to complete it again to get some money again. And your funding may change from year to year depending on your family status or your status. So one year you may not have been eligible for a lot, and then life happens, life changes positively and or negatively, and it could help increase some aid that you have available to you from the state or from the federal government.
Absolutely.
So we've got to make sure that they're attending these events every single year. Okay, so we have college application month, application completion, waivers available. We have college goal, fast for first events, trying to get you some money. So now we're going to celebrate a little bit.
Yes.
So we have, I say we.
Yes, it is a we thing.
We have a rally coming up, ladies. We've been planning for months now.
Yes, months.
I would love for you all to talk about College and Career Decision Day.
Such an important event. I cannot express enough how important it is to celebrate what seniors decide to do after they go to high school, and to actually just have a plan in place, right? So regardless of what you're doing, that is the reason that it's called College and Career Decision Day. Some students decide to go to the military. Some students decide to go to the workforce. We are hoping that even if you don't go to a 2 or 4 year college, even if you decide to get a certification, that you try to extend your education, right? This is so important to feel like you've accomplished something and that you're taking that next step, whatever it is. And so we want all of the seniors to be excited about that. And so to talk about that a little bit, it is on May 6th this year, Wednesday, May 6th. We start out right down the street at Boyd Plaza at the Columbia Museum of Art. So right now we have over 2,400 students registered to attend this event.
It's going to be big.
It's going to be huge.
Our audio guy probably was like, all that noise just now, because I just blew some air out.
Let me repeat it again, 2,400.
Event.
It is a huge event. We have a wonderful sponsor.
Who's that?
South Carolina Student Loan. Thank you so much, South Carolina Student Loan.
It's our pleasure.
We have so many different people that have contributed their time and their support to this event. Getting back to that, we start out at Boyd Plaza. We parade down Main Street. It is all, it's secured by the Columbia Police Department. So we have over 2,000 students parading down Main Street to the State House. And once we get to the State House, we have every institution, every college that is represented there with a table to celebrate the students that have been accepted. We have all parts of the military there. We have SC Do there. We have DJ by 103.9 H-Dub is out there to celebrate. We have some great speakers this year. We have the Superintendent of Education.
Y'all worked very hard to get her there.
We have another special guest speaker, Mr. Kyle Green. He's an amazing motivational speaker. If you don't know who he is, please look him up. And then we are going to have some great food trucks. So we have over 12 right now confirmed. It is just going to be a great celebration on May 6th, and we take over the State House. And so we've been given a proclamation by the governor of South Carolina declaring that May is College and Career Decision Day month. And so we are super excited. Do you want to add something to that?
So for the schools who are able to attend our event, they also do their own individual decision days. So we have the college reps come out and do it there as well too. So if you are able to celebrate with us, we still celebrate individually.
Yes, absolutely.
I love it. So 2,400 students parading down Main Street, literally celebrating at the State House for a couple of hours. So they I don't have the whole agenda down. So, but they're there long enough to actually spend time listening to the speakers that are there, celebrating with the colleges or with the military or with DU. We have some other individuals across the state that will be there as well, some partners. But then they just get to be students and celebrate.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. And so this is me. I'm going rogue, okay? I am on the committee. But if you're on Main Street on May 6th in the morning, what time do we need them to be out there to celebrate?
We leave Boyd Plaza at 10 a.m.
10 a.m. If you're near downtown on Main Street. Last year, I helped with the parading portion of it. And we had some business partners come out and say, what's this? This is exciting. We were telling them that these students have decided what they wanted to do with their lives after high school. So if you're nearby, you're going to want to see this because it is pretty spectacular.
It is spectacular. We make a lot of noise. So we do. WJ Keenan Band, one of the most nationally recognized bands in South Carolina. We have their marching band. We also have singing a cappella, which is the Columbia High School Gospel Choir down at the State House. I mean, it is really amazing. And it solidifies all of our hard work, right? Everything that we've done throughout the year for these seniors, we want to make sure that they know that we don't just stop when the college application month is over. We don't just stop once you've completed your FAFSA.
Yeah.
We want you to know that we're there to celebrate with you the entire step of the way. And that takes me back to the very first question you asked is how do we know we're making an impact? And I think that's one of the most rewarding parts of our jobs. Yeah. And then we start the cycle over again.
Then we start the cycle over again. It's one of my favorite events of the year just to see the students. It's almost like graduation before graduation, but it's like a statewide graduation because we have schools from all over the state of South Carolina that makes it down to Boyd Plaza, which is where we start, to celebrate their students. So do we know the furthest school just yet based upon who we have registered?
We have a couple from Greenville.
A couple from Greenville, okay.
Some from the Low Country.
Okay.
I don't know which one's from Florida. I mean, Low Country. But yeah, they're all over.
The great thing is that because we're in the Midlands and our state is designed the way it is logistically, we have, but I can say that they usually come at least the furthest 2.5 hours. Yeah.
To celebrate their students.
To celebrate their students.
That is amazing.
I think that's so important for the students to let them know and that they can confirm that they have a lot of people backing them up, right? A lot of people that want to see them succeed. And I think that's so important that the student realizes that and feels that.
Yeah. And I think they do because we get to talk to students on that day and to hear their journeys from the top of senior year to where they are today, a few weeks out from graduation.
That's right.
It's pretty darn awesome.
It is awesome.
Okay. So a part of College and Career Decision Day, you all have ambassadors that are strategically placed with things that they must do. Let's talk. Dr. Hampton talked a little bit about the ambassador program in his episode, but can you share a little bit about their task for that day or how do they get involved?
Yes, so our ambassadors actually lead us in the parade all the way down from Boyd Plaza to the State House. But right now what I have on the agenda for them is to make some noise on the internet, so on social media.
Okay.
To get everybody excited. What is College and Career Decision Day? Some people don't even know it. The students that are attending don't even know why are they coming.
Right. Yeah. So I just signed the permission slip.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So we have on our Instagram and our Facebook, they're making noise. I love that for them.
Okay. And so we're going to have a hashtag available. Either you all already provided it or will provide it. We'll make sure that's available in the description below so that everybody has access to it. So whether they're doing a College and Career Decision Day at their school, they know the hashtag to use because we wanted to celebrate all of our students, whether they're able to make it here to Columbia or not. A decision has been made. A high school diploma has been received. Your life is just beginning.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And we're super excited for them.
Yes. Okay, so this is how I end every episode. And I need both of you all to answer. Okay. All right. So, little Kathy, little Alantis, what is one piece of advice you wish that you would have understood or known as you were venturing off into college? You're next.
If you think you can't do it, you're wrong. You can absolutely.
I don't have
do it.
tissue, so hold it. Okay.
I think for me is to don't be afraid to just jump and do it. Don't
Yeah.
wait on nobody to help you. Do your research.
Yeah, don't wait for permission. Okay. I love that, ladies. Okay, short, sweet. You have some great advice from the ladies at the CHE College Access team. Any parting words?
We're here for you.
Do I have a tear coming out of my eyeball?
No, I don't
What
either.
is happening? Okay, it's time for us to end our episode today. Thank y'all so much for listening. I'm sorry, Alantis, I think I cut you off. You were saying something?
I was just saying that we're proud of you.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Very proud of you.
I don't have on makeup. I'm good. Okay. Thank y'all for watching. We're going to end here. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you, ladies, so much
Thank
for
you so
being
much
with
for
us today.
having us,
us.
Desiree. Thank you.